The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2018 made some significant changes to business deductions in the United States tax code. And one of these changes was the elimination of business entertainment deductions. Because business meals and business entertainments are closely linked, and many people get confused about the rules for meal deductions following the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Welcome back to Taxes Made Simple. I'm your host, Karlton, and in today's video, we're going to discuss how do you take a business meal deduction when you're traveling in and out of your state. I want to make sure that everyone understands how to take business meal deductions in 2022 so they can get the clarity they need to prevent making any business meal deduction mistakes on their taxes. So let's dive in. All right, guys, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act changed a lot of things. And prior to the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, also known as the TCJA, 50% of business entertainment expenses were deductible as long as two conditions were met. Number one, the entertainment expenses were directly related to the activity or conduct of the taxpayer's business. And number two, there was a legitimate business discussion directly related to the taxpayer's business that took place at any of these events, either during, after, or immediately before the entertainment. So for many business years, businesses were allowed to deduct 50% of expenses for entertainments like rounds of golf, courtside tickets at a Lakers game, etc. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act changed all of that, and they got rid of business entertainment deductions entirely. But even though the TCJA eliminated entertainment expenses, it left a lot of the business deduction rules intact, and it categorized meals as a completely separate type of expense from entertainment expenses. But because entertainment and meals are so closely intertwined, a lot of people get confused about how you're supposed to take this. So for example, some people wonder if they're at a baseball game for a company event and they buy a hot dog, is the hot dog a non-deductible entertainment expense or a deductible meal expense? Under the new rules, it would be a deductible expense. So as a business owner with probably multiple employees, you might be asking yourself, what type of business card gives you the best visibility into employee spending and provides better control over all this? Which is why I'd like to introduce you to Ramp. Ramp is the only free corporate card and finance automation platform designed to help you save time and money. Ramp offers 10 to 20% higher limits over traditional corporate cards, and amazingly enough, they also allow you to earn 1.5% cash back on every single transaction. With Ramp, you can assign one-time cards with limits to your employees and restrict or only allow certain merchants, making it super easy to manage their spending on your end. We wouldn't want anyone to order too many hot dogs at a baseball game, would we? So time is essential when you're running a business, which is why Ramp also allows for automatic receipt matching and account syncing so you can close your books approximately 8 times faster and focus on what matters the most. Click my exclusive link below to get started and earn up to $500 sign-up bonus by visiting Ramp today. Now back to this video. All right, guys, the rules about entertainment-related meals are as follows. According to the new rules, the IRS only allows for you to deduct meal expenses that are listed separately on the invoice from the primary form of entertainment. So, taxpayer, if you plan on trying to deduct business meals that are associated with entertainment, such as being at a baseball game, you have to be a little bit careful. If the food or beverages you consume during a business entertainment activity are included with the primary entertainment activity, then the expenses are not deductible anymore. For example, let's say that you and your coworker decided to take 2 clients to a golf event. And in this case, the golf event would be the primary entertainment. If you discover when you are there that the golf course was offering a complimentary meal and drinks to go along with your tickets to the event, then these drinks and meals would not count as deductible business meal expenses because the invoice would be for the overall golf event. So there would need to be 2 separate invoices, one for the meal and one for the event. However, if you decided to get lunch with your clients before going to the golf event, then this would be a deductible expense because in this case, there would be 2 separate invoices, one for the business lunch that you had before the event and one for the actual golf event. So you'd be free to deduct the lunch expenses. All right, so now that we're understanding a little bit more about how events play into being able to deduct business meals, let's go over the IRS's clarification right now. The IRS has provided several updates in order to clarify what constitutes a business meal being eligible for a tax deduction following the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2018. And what I want you to understand is underneath Regulation Section 1.274-12A1, a tax member may be able to deduct 50% in otherwise allowable business meal expenses if the expense is not lavish or extravagant under the circumstances. 2, the taxpayer or an employer of the taxpayer is present at the furnishing of the food or beverages And 3, the food and beverages are provided to a taxpayer or a business associate. So, in other words, as long as your business meal meets the criteria for an actual business meal, it will most likely be deductible at 50%, 100% for the rest of this year. It's important to pay attention, though, to the first part of this criteria list that says that the expense cannot be lavish or extravagant if you want to qualify for the meal deduction. This means, for example, that you cannot order 50 different dinner plates for a client dinner and just let the client choose one meal out of 50 that he likes. That would be considered extravagant, wouldn't it? Temporary changes are happening as well for 2021 and 2022. Even though the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act and subsequent IRS clarification notices make it clear that general business meals are 50% deductible, there have been some changes for the years of 2021 and 2022 due to the COVID-19 relief bill that was signed into law by President Donald Trump on December 27, 2020. Business meals for restaurants are 100% deductible for the years of 2021 and 2022. This includes both food and beverages provided by restaurants and business meals. The purpose of these temporary changes is to help stimulate the restaurant industry. We needed the economy going when COVID hit, which was an essential part of business and us collecting on taxpayer dollars. However, although these temporary deduction increases will help restaurants, they are also highly beneficial to both employees and employers. This is because the amount of money you're able to deduct for business meals has essentially doubled for 2022. That is, as long as you purchase the food and beverages from a restaurant. If you purchase the ingredients from a grocery store and prepare the food yourself at the office, you are only able to deduct 50% of that expense. This rule will go into effect and is still in effect as of 2022. This means that you and your company can take full advantage of this tax deduction while you can. So for example, instead of having a Zoom meeting with one of your local clients, why not meet in person at a restaurant and discuss business over a fully deductible meal in this sense? All right, now let's talk about travel and non-travel meal deductions. Generally, business travel meals are 50% deductible. However, for 2022, because of the temporary rule under the COVID relief bill, business meals that you eat at restaurants are 100% deductible. So this means that if you go on a business trip this year, you should really feel free to go out and eat at any restaurant because you will be able to deduct the full expense of the meal instead of just 50% like you normally would. As an added bonus to you, by eating more of your business travel meals at restaurants, you will also be helping the restaurant industry to recover from what they experienced during the pandemic. You're partaking in the recovery of the economy, which is a good thing for humanity. It's important to know, however, that not every trip that you take away from the office or your home qualifies as business travel. For example, you cannot just sleep in a 5-star hotel 5 minutes down the road from your house and count it as a business trip. You'll need to leave your city or the general area where your business is overnight for business purposes for it to count as a business travel trip. So don't try to qualify local trips as business travel because that can be a red flag for the IRS, especially if you try to deduct travel expenses other than just food. In terms of non-travel business meals, the rules are actually very similar to the business travel meals. So let's go over them. Normal non-travel business meals are 50% deductible, and meals that you order from a restaurant are 100% deductible until the end of the tax year. Then it will drop back down to 50. Non-travel business meals can include local lunches or dinners with clients, business meals at the office, etc. You should also be aware that meals for office holidays, parties, picnics, and team building events are also 100% deductible. My conclusion for this video is if you're a little confused about business meal deductions before watching this video, don't worry. Many people get confused about this. Hopefully now, after watching this, you have a little bit more confidence and clarity around taking this deduction. But here's just a quick refresher for you on all the key points that you need to know just in case. Number 1, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act of 2018 eliminated deductions for entertainment. However, it left most deductions for business meals largely untouched. You can deduct business meals that are associated with business entertainment as long as the meals are listed separately from the entertainment activity on the invoices. Because of the COVID relief bill in 2020, business meal purchases at restaurants will still be 100% deductible until the end of 2022. Business meals from restaurants will be fully deductible for both travel and non-travel business meals for the rest of the year. After that, they will drop back down to 50%, which is where it was before. Those are the important things that you need to know about business meal deductions. And to be honest, that's all for this video. I enjoy making videos like this and I hope you liked it. If you guys want to do something for me, I'd like for you to like, comment, subscribe. And if you're interested, I'd love for you guys to check out Ramp. They're a new growing company and you guys are gonna love the resources that they provide for you. If you're somebody that's looking to get started with your business, why not do it all in one place by clicking on the link below and visiting Ramp and seeing what they have to offer. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thank you so much and cheers.